DeSoto Intermediate will be implementing standards-based learning beginning the 2018-2019 school year. Although this will require a shift from traditional letter grades, we are confident that we will be able to provide a clearer message about which specific skills and concepts students know in relation to learning standards. As a staff, we have been developing our belief system about grading for some time. The statement you see summarizes our purpose for reporting student achievement. The staff has gathered around 6 principles that guide our belief. Some of these beliefs will be highlighted in this presentation. However, all can be found on the building website. Standards-based learning is all about the learning. Letter grades do not communicate what specific skills students have mastered. For example, when a student receives a B letter grade in math, it does not specify which math skills have been mastered and which skills continue to need reteaching and relearning. Standards-based learning documents will break each content area into specific learning targets that students are expected to know by the end of the year. If students are not secure with a learning target after a unit, they will be given additional opportunities to continue to practice the skill, and they will be provided more opportunities to demonstrate mastery. Therefore, you may see the level of mastery relating to a specific learning target change throughout the year on standard-based learning documents. We teach all of the standards. However, some standards have more weight than others. Power standards are selected because they prepare students for the next grade level's learning and are concepts students need to retain for knowledge beyond the current course. Even when the class has moved on from a particular unit or skill of learning, if a student hasn't grasped a specific power standard, we will continue to use extra minutes to work on those specific standards. Our goal is learning each power standard by the end of the year, and our interventions allow time to continue with this power standard learning. There are quite a few benefits of using standards-based learning rather than a traditional letter-based grading system. Some of those benefits are listed here. However, we'll be sharing more of those throughout the year, along with on our school's website. Some of the reasons we think that standards-based learning is beneficial is because students will be able to explain their learning rather than just focusing on a letter grade. Students will be able to take more risks because the pressure of letter grades is taken away. And parents and students will receive specific feedback in all content areas through our multiple standards-based learning data systems and documents. You will know how your child is performing using progress indicators. A sample is shown here. Every unit will have at least one power standard, but some will have more. An example is shown for a 3rd grade math unit on measurement, where 3 power standards have been identified in that unit. At the quarterly reporting periods, students will be identified as beginning, developing, secure, or exceeding in relation to each standard. This identification will be based on multiple pieces of evidence, and teachers will be sharing the data with you throughout the year. The goal is for each child to have secure understanding of each of our power standards. For this reason, the secure section is highlighted on all reporting rubrics. At DeSoto Intermediate School, we have chosen to report if a child is exceeding in an academic area, as we know that students may master a concept and need additional learning to grow their understanding. If your child is not secure with a specific concept and the class is moving on to the next unit, we will use reteaching to continue your child's development of that important power standard. Our goal is that every child is secure with all the power standards in that grade level by the end of the school year. A staff belief is that behavior should be reported separately from academic performance. Effort, behavior, and participation will be reported separately from content areas, and they will not be factored into a student's level of academic performance. While these personal development skills are still important and will be reinforced in the classroom, they will not impact how teachers report student learning. You will receive a separate PBIS progress report throughout the year. Your child's reporting document will look close to what ADM has used in the past at grades 3, 4, and 5. A sample is shown on this slide. Your child will not receive one overarching indicator in a subject. Instead, they will receive a progress indicator for each standard within that subject, giving the child, parents, and teachers a more clear understanding of a child's learning. As you can see, standards-based learning is all about learning, and we are excited to be able to communicate more specific information with students and parents through this shift. You may still have questions about standards-based learning. Please visit the building's website where you can find some questions answered, rubrics used, a list of power standards for each grade level, and more. Information about standards-based learning will continue to be shared in periodic office newsletters. Our first quarterly reporting cycle coincides with parent-teacher conferences and will provide an additional opportunity to experience standard-based learning firsthand. If you have questions about standards-based learning on open house night, administrators and staff are present in the cafeteria, and we would be more than happy to visit about this exciting change. Feel free to contact the office anytime to talk about standards-based learning. We are confident that standards-based learning will provide you with more details about your child's learning.